Welcome to Lecture 2. I am Dr. Ala Jabbar Al-Maliki with the School of Computing at Universiti Utara Malaysia. Today, we confront a reality of modern software development. Writing code is no longer the finish line. We have to protect it. As digital transformation accelerates globally, we have linked nearly every facet of our society to interconnected networks. Everything from our personal smartphones to municipal power grids relies on constant data exchange. Operating these systems without strict protection guarantees severe consequences. When vulnerabilities are left open, sensitive data leaks to unauthorized users, financial accounts are drained, and critical infrastructure grinds to a halt. This high level of societal dependency makes robust security the foundational requirement for building any modern system. Methodical. This animated diagram outlines the 5 distinct pillars that cybersecurity actively protects: personal data, business continuity, financial security, national security, and trust and reputation. A cyber breach occurs when access control to this foundation fails. An unauthorized entity bypasses the gate and infiltrates the network holding these pillars up. Attackers exploit this broken gate using different vectors. External threats push through via phishing, malware, or ransomware. But vulnerabilities also come from the inside, through accidental employee misuse or intentional insider threats. Once an attacker gains access, the event translates into a cascade of real-world fallout, including GDPR fines, lawsuits, and the permanent loss of intellectual property. A failure in access control at the technical level dictates harsh business, legal, and economic realities for the entire organization. This animated diagram of a modern network shows exactly why these systems are so fragile. They are heavily data-driven and accessible from anywhere on the globe. Because nodes are so tightly interconnected, a single compromised point rapidly spreads a threat across the world in seconds. It is tempting to treat security as a single bug to patch or a rigid firewall to install. Against lateral threats that spread through open connections, static defenses eventually fail because the infection simply routes right around them. Instead of relying on a static wall, organizations must build an active feedback loop. This means enforcing dynamic risk management policies and running persistent monitoring systems that actively scan and isolate threats as they move. Successful software engineers treat cybersecurity as a strategic, continuous lifecycle. This timeline visualization of the 2017 Equifax breach shows this scale. One single unpatched server vulnerability allowed attackers to expose the personal data of 147 million people. The result was massive financial loss and permanent reputation damage. Now, consider a different scenario. A ransomware attack that locks down a hospital's entire network. Pause the video. Which effects of a breach category applies here? Operational disruption is correct. Notice the stakes. A digital lock on a hospital server directly cuts off data to patient life support monitors, threatening immediate human lives. Before our next class, I want you to consider these questions. Why are modern cyber threats scaling so quickly compared to 10 years ago? What role do everyday users play in preventing them? And can a small organization safely ignore these risks? As cyber breaches scale in frequency and complexity, treating security as a continuous, strategic priority is the only reliable way to protect our digital, physical, and economic assets.